Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Light and Shadow podcast. I am Gray, your spiritual mentor and guide, and today we are going somewhere that might completely blow your mind. We're going to bridge quantum physics, Einstein's most famous equation, and the nature of God and consciousness. And I know what you're thinking. This is a spirituality podcast. Why are we even talking about physics? Because here's what most people don't realize. Asian spiritual wisdom and cutting edge quantum physics are saying the exact same thing. They're describing the same reality from different languages. When Einstein discovered E equal mc², that energy and matter are the same thing, just in different forms, he unknowingly gave us the ancient proof of what mystics have been saying for thousands of years. Everything is energy. God is energy. You are energy. And energy cannot be created or destroyed, it only transforms. When we spiritual teachers say God is within you and all around you, we're not speaking metaphorically. We're describing the literal physics of reality. When quantum physicists discovered the quantum field, this invisible field of infinite potential that underlies all of physical reality, they discovered what spiritual traditions call source, the divine, the united or the unified field, God. Today we're going to explore how E equal mc² reveals the nature of consciousness, why you are literally made of the same substance as God, how the quantum field operates at both a universal and personal level, and what this means for your power to create and manifest your reality. This is not woo-woo. This is physics. This is provable, measurable, scientific reality that happens to validate what the mystics have known all along. So buckle up. We're ready to go deep. And let's begin. Let me start by explaining what E equal mc² actually means. Because this equation is not just about atomic bombs. It's about the fundamental nature of reality. E equal the energy, m is the mass or the matter, and c² is the speed of light squared. What this equation tells us, energy and matter are the same thing. Matter is just condensed energy. Energy is just expanded matter. They're two forms of the same substance. Think about this. The chair you are sitting on, the body you are inhabiting, the planet you are standing on, all of it is energy that has slowed down enough to take physical form. At the quantum level, there are no solid objects. Everything is vibrating energy in different frequencies and densities. In Einstein's equation, the c, the speed of light, is the constant. It is approximately 186,000 miles per second. And it's the fastest speed possible in the physical universe. But here's what's profound. Light is not just a physical phenomenon. In every spiritual tradition, light represents consciousness, awareness, the divine. God said, "Let there be light." Isn't just about physical illumination, it is about consciousness entering into form. When Einstein squared the speed of light in his equation, he was unknowingly describing the exponential power of consciousness to create matter. Light, which is the consciousness, multiplied by itself, interacting with energy creates physical reality. When we say God is made of energy, we're not being poetic. We're being literal. God, Source, the divine, whatever name you use, is the pure, unmanifested energy that exists before it takes form. It is the quantum field, the 0 point field, the field of infinite potential. This energy is everywhere and in everything because everything is made of it. There is no place where God is not because there is no place where energy is not. You cannot separate yourself from God any more than a wave can separate itself from the ocean. You are made of the same substance. You are energy temporarily taking human form. Here's the mind bending part. You are literally light that has slowed down enough to become matter. Your body, your cells, your atoms, they're all photons. It's particles of light that have condensed into physical form. At your most fundamental level, you are light. You are consciousness. You are the same substance as a divine. This is not metaphor. This is quantum physics. When spiritual teachers say, you are a spiritual being having a human experience, what is meant here is you are pure energy, consciousness, light, God's substance that has temporarily taken physical form to experience itself in a new way. If you and God are made of the same energy, then you are not separate from the divine. You are an expression of it. You have access to the same creative power that formed the universe. Your consciousness, like light in Einstein's equation, has the power to transform energy into matter, thought into form, intention into reality. This is why manifestation works. This is why your thoughts and beliefs shape your experience. This is why consciousness creates reality. You're not asking some external God to give you what you want. You're learning to consciously direct the God energy that you already are. Let that sink in for a moment. You are made of the same substance that created galaxies, stars, and life itself. The power that spins planets and grows forests is the same power moving through you right now. Now let's talk about the quantum field, because this is where things get really interesting. What is the quantum field, you may ask? The quantum field, also called the 0 point field or the unified field, is an invisible field of energy and information that exists everywhere in space. It is the underlying fabric of reality. At the quantum level, physicists discovered that empty space isn't actually empty. It's teeming with energy and potential. Before particles exist, before matter forms, there is this field of infinite possibility. And here's what quantum physics discovered. Consciousness affects this field. Observation collapses potential into reality. This is the famous observer effect, the scientific proof that consciousness creates reality. In quantum experiments, scientists discovered something shocking. Particles exist in a state of infinite potential called superposition until they are observed. The moment a conscious observer looks, the particle chooses one specific state and collapses from wave, which is a potential, into particle, which is reality. Let me say that again. The act of observation, which is a consciousness, determines what becomes real. Before you look, infinite possibilities exist simultaneously. The moment you observe, you collapse those possibilities into one actual reality. This means consciousness is not a byproduct of matter. Consciousness creates matter. You are not a body that developed consciousness. You are consciousness that created a body. So what Spiritual traditions call God the Tao, Brahman, or the source. Quantum physics calls the quantum field. It's the same thing. Infinite potential, the source of all creation, everywhere and in everything, response to consciousness, the unified field from which all separate forms emerge. When mystics say God is within and all around you, they're describing the quantum field. It's not somewhere else. It is here, now, in, and as everything. You exist within this field. You are made of this field, and your consciousness interfaces with this field to create your experience. Now, here's where it gets personal. You have your own energetic field, your electromagnetic field, your aura, your personal quantum field. This field extends several feet around your body and is constantly broadcasting your frequency, which is your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, and consciousness, into the larger quantum field. This personal field is how you interact with the universal field. It is your transmitter and receiver. It's broadcasting what you believe, and it's attracting matching frequencies back to you. This is the physics of like attracts like. It is not mystical. It is electromagnetic. Your thoughts and emotions create measurable electromagnetic frequencies. These frequencies interact with the quantum field. The field responds by organizing energy and information in resonance with your frequency. When you hold a vision, a desire, an intention, you are creating a pattern in your personal quantum field. That pattern is like a blueprint, a template. The quantum field, which is pure potential, begins to organize itself according to that pattern. Energy starts moving, information starts aligning, synchronicities start occurring. You're not attracting things from somewhere else. You are collapsing the wave of potential into the particle of reality through your focused consciousness. This is why emotion matters in manifestation. Emotion is energy in motion. It amplifies the electromagnetic signal you are broadcasting. The stronger and clearer your emotional frequency, the more powerfully you affect the field. This is why belief matters. If you believe something is impossible, you are collapsing the quantum field into that reality. If you believe it's inevitable, you are collapsing it into that reality instead. Quantum physics also discovered entanglement. When two particles become connected, they remain connected regardless of distance. Change one, and the other one changes instantly, even if they are on opposite sides of the universe. This is the scientific proof of what mystics call oneness. Everything is connected. Everything affects everything else. There is no true separation, only the illusion of it. When you change your consciousness, you don't just change your personal reality. You affect the entire field. You affect everyone and everything connected to you, which at the quantum level is everything. This is why your healing matters, why your growth matters, why your consciousness matters. You're not just changing yourself. You are affecting the whole. So let me bring this together. The quantum field is the substance of God. Your consciousness interfaces with this field through your personal energetic signature. The field responds to your frequency by organizing reality to match it. You are not a powerless human begging God for scraps. You are consciousness itself, learning to consciously direct the infinite creative power of the universe. Now let's go even deeper into what it means that God is within and all around you. Quantum physics has discovered something that ancient mystics have always known. The universe operates like a hologram. In a hologram, every small piece contains the information of the whole. If you break a holographic image into pieces, each piece doesn't show a fragment, it shows the entire image, just from a different angle. The universe works the same way. Every particle, every atom, every cell contains the information of the entire cosmos. The whole is in every part. This is what it means when we say as above, so below. Or the macrocosm is in the microcosm. You are not a separate fragment of God. You are a holographic expression of the whole. God, the infinite, the all, is fully present in you, as you, and through you. When we say God is within you, here's what actually means. The same consciousness that animates the universe animates you. The same intelligence that orchestrates galaxies and grows trees is the intelligence flowing through your body right now, beating your heart, breathing your lungs, healing your cells. You are not separate from this intelligence. You are this intelligence, localized as a human being. Think about it. Your body is performing trillions of complex operations every second. Digesting food, circulating blood, fighting pathogens, repairing tissues, without any conscious effort from you. What intelligence is doing that? The same intelligence that governs the cosmos. You didn't create your body. Consciousness created it. And that consciousness is not yours. You are it. When we say God is all around you, we're pointing to the quantum field, the invisible field of energy and potential that surrounds you at all times. This field is not empty space. It is alive with consciousness, with information, with creative potential. Every possibility exists in this field, waiting for your consciousness to collapse it into reality. You are swimming in an ocean of infinite potential. You're surrounded by more energy, more possibility, more power than you could ever use in 1,000 lifetimes. The limitation is not in the field. The limitation is in your awareness of the field and your ability to consciously interface with it. So here's where E equal mc² comes back in. Matter and energy are not separate. Spirit and physical reality are not separate. They are the same thing in different densities. You are not a spirit trapped in a body. You are a spirit expressing as a body. Your body is not an obstacle to enlightenment. It is a sacred vehicle for consciousness to experience itself in form. The physical world is not less than the spiritual world. The physical world is the spiritual world at a different frequency. Let me say that again. The physical world is the spiritual world at a different frequency. When you understand this, you stop trying to transcend the body and start honoring it as the temple of consciousness that it is. So let's go back to the c² in Einstein equation, the speed of light squared. Light represents consciousness. When consciousness is multiplied by itself, when you become conscious of consciousness, when you become aware of awareness, that's what it means, you access exponential creative powers. This is what happened in meditation, in presence, in awakening. You're not just conscious. You are conscious that you are conscious, your awareness aware of itself. And in that state, you have access to the infinite creative power of the universe because you are not identified with the limited form. You are identified with the unlimited consciousness that creates form. This is why enlightened beings throughout history could perform what seems like miracles. They weren't violating the laws of physics. They were operating from a deeper understanding of those laws. They knew they were consciousness itself, and consciousness creates reality. Here's the formula. Consciousness, the light, plus the intention, which is the direction, plus the emotion, which is the energy, equal physical reality, the matter. Or let's say in Einstein's terms, E, which is the energy slash emotion, equal the M, which is the manifestation slash matter, C squared, which is consciousness squared, awareness of awareness. When you combine consciousness, clear intention, and emotional energy, you create. You transform the quantum field. You collapse potential into actuality. You turn the invisible into the visible. This is not magic. This is physics. This is how reality works. You are not small. You are not limited. You are not separate from the divine. You are the divine temporarily focused as a human being with all the creative power of the universe flowing through you. Okay, so let's bring this out of the theoretical and into the practical. How do you actually use the understanding to create and manifest your reality? Step 1, understand that you are energy. Stop identifying solely with your body, your thoughts, your circumstances. Those are temporary forms that consciousness is taking. Your true nature is energy, consciousness, the quantum field itself. You are not in the universe. You are the universe experiencing itself as you. When you operate from this awareness, you stop feeling powerless. You recognize, I am the creative force. I am the same substance as that which creates worlds. Step 2, your thoughts and emotions are energy. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, these create electromagnetic frequencies that ripple out into the quantum field. Negative, low frequency thoughts, meaning fear, doubt, unworthiness, shame, guilt, broadcast a low frequency signal. The field responds by organizing reality to match that frequency. Positive, high frequency thoughts like love, gratitude, certainty, abundance broadcast a high frequency signal. The field responds with matching high frequency experiences. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the broadcaster creating them. Step 3 is to enter the quantum field through presence. To consciously interact with the quantum field, you need to get out of your thinking mind and into the present moment. The thinking mind is always in the past or in the future. The quantum field exists only now. To access it, you must be here now. This is why meditation, breath work, and presence practices are so powerful. They bring you into the present moment where all potential exists, where consciousness can directly interface with the field. Step 4 is to collapse the wave into particle. In quantum physics, before you observe, infinite possibilities exist as a wave. The moment you observe with intention, the wave collapses into a specific particle, a specific reality. This is what you're doing when you visualize, when you set intention, when you feel into your desire. You're observing a specific possibility in the quantum field. You're collapsing the wave of what could be into the particle of what is. But here's the key. You have to observe it as if it's already real. Not I hope this happens, but this is. This exists now in the quantum field, and I am collapsing it into my physical reality. Step 5, embody the frequency. Remember, E equal mc². Energy creates matter. Your energetic frequency determines what materializes. You can't be vibrating at the frequency of lack and expect abundance to manifest. You can't be vibrating at the frequency of unworthiness and expect love to show up. You must embody the frequency of what you desire before it manifests. You must become it energetically first, and then the physical follows. This is not fake it till you make it. This is physics. You are shifting your electromagnetic signature to match your desired reality, and the field responds. Step 6, sustain the frequency. Manifestation is not a one-time visualization. It is a sustained frequency. If you spend 5 minutes visualizing abundance, but 23 hours feeling lack, what do you think you're broadcasting to the field? You need to sustain the frequency. Return to it throughout your day. Feel it, embody it, live from it until the frequency becomes your new baseline. Step 7 is to allow quantum coherence. When you are in coherence, when your thoughts, emotions, and actions are aligned, you create a powerful, unified signal to the quantum field. When you are in incoherence, thinking one thing, feeling another, doing a third, you're broadcasting mixed signals and getting mixed results. Coherence is when your conscious mind, subconscious mind, and emotional body and your actions are all saying the same thing. That's when you become a powerful creator. Step 8, trust the field's intelligence. The quantum field has infinite intelligence. It knows how to organize energy and information to manifest your desire in ways your limited mind cannot conceive. Your job is not to figure out the how. Your job is to hold the vision. Maintain the frequency and trust the field to handle the details. When you try to control exactly how it must happen, you limit the infinite ways it could happen. Surrender the flaw, hold the what and the why, and let the universe surprise you with the how. The formula in practice is this. This is the complete formula or process, let's say. Get present. Enter the quantum field through presence. Set clear intention. Decide what you are collapsing into reality. Embody the feeling. Feel as if it's already real. Visualize with all senses. See it, feel it, hear it, experiences it as real now. That is why it is very and highly recommended to write down your intentions. Feel gratitude. You have to thank the field as if it's already done and release the attachment. Trust that the field's intelligence to manifest it. And sustain that frequency. Return to this state throughout your day. And then take inspired action. And act on the intuitive nudges that the field sends you. This is not wishful thinking, you guys. This is quantum mechanics. You are using consciousness to interact with the field of infinite potential and collapse it into specific reality. Now let's take this even deeper, into something that will truly bend your mind. Parallel universes and the multiverse. Remember the fundamental law of thermodynamics. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, it can only change form. This means every possibility, every choice, every potential outcome, the energy of all of it exists. It doesn't disappear. It transforms into different realities. In quantum physics, there's a theory called the many worlds interpretation. It suggests that every time a quantum event occurs, every time a wave function collapses, every time a choice is made, the universe splits into multiple parallel realities. In one reality, you made one choice. In another parallel universe, you made it a different choice. Both realities exist simultaneously. Think about this. Every decision point in your life, every yes or no, every left or right turn, every person you choose to talk to or walk past, created a branching point, a new parallel universe where the other version played out. There's a version of you in a parallel universe who took that job you turned down. There's a version who stayed in that relationship you left. There's a version who moved to that city you almost moved to. All of these versions exist because energy cannot be destroyed. Every possibility must exist somewhere in the quantum field. So here it is where it gets wild. You might be shifting between parallel universes constantly with every decision you make. When you make a choice, you're not just affecting this timeline. You are quantum jumping into the version of reality where that choice was made. Think of it like this. There are infinite parallel tracks, infinite parallel timelines, all existing simultaneously in the quantum field. Your consciousness is like a needle on a record player. And with every choice, every shift in frequency, you're moving to a slightly different track. This is why sometimes reality feels like it shifts. Why suddenly things are different than you remembered. Why synchronicities appear out of nowhere. You're not imagining it. You might have actually shifted into a parallel timeline where those synchronicities exist. Not just your choice. Every event, every interaction, every moment creates branching realities. Right now, as you listen to this, there's a parallel universe where you're not listening. There's one where you turned it off. There's one where you never found this podcast. There's one where you found it 10 years earlier. All of these exist because the energy of all possibilities must go somewhere. It transforms into parallel realities. This means the reality you desire already exists in a parallel universe. It's not something you need to create from scratch. It is something you need to align with, to shift into. When you change your frequency, when you shift your beliefs, when you make different choices, you're not changing this reality. You are quantum jumping into the parallel reality where that version already exists. The version of you that's wealthy already exists in a parallel universe. The version in a loving relationship already exists. The version living your purpose already exists. Your job isn't to create it. Your job is to become the frequency match for that reality so you shift into it. And here's where it all comes together. God is not just within you and all around you. God is in the space between. God is a quantum field that holds all these parallel realities, all these infinite possibilities. God is the energy that cannot be destroyed, only transformed into infinite expressions. God is the consciousness witnessing all versions, all timelines, all universes simultaneously. You are not God. But God moves through you as the energy that animates you, as the consciousness that experiences through you, as the creative force that allows you to navigate between realities. You are a unique expression of the divine with the power to choose which parallel reality you align with, which timeline you shift into, which version of yourself you embody. When you understand that you are navigating between parallel realities with every choice, everything changes. Every decision matters because it determines which universe you shift into. Every thought matters because it affects your frequency and which reality you resonate with. Every belief matters because it determines which parallel timeline you are aligned with. You can no longer blame anyone or anything for your experience. You are navigating between infinite possibilities, choosing with your consciousness which one you experience. You can no longer play victim. You are the navigator, the chooser, the one who shifts between worlds. You can no longer feel powerless. You have access to infinite parallel realities, and your consciousness is the vehicle that moves between them. This is terrifying and liberating in equal measure. Terrifying because it means you are responsible for which reality you are experiencing. Liberating because it means infinite possibilities exist and you can shift at any moment. You are not a small, limited human in one fixed reality. You are consciousness navigating an infinite multiverse with God as the field that holds it all, choosing with every breath which parallel universe you experience. E equal mc² is not just a physics equation. It is the formula of creation. It's the proof that energy transforms into infinite forms, creating infinite realities, and you, guided by the divine within and all around you, are the one choosing which reality you experience. Let me bring this home. Einstein's E equal mc² tells us that energy and matter are the same substance. Everything is energy, and energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. This means every possibility, every choice, every potential reality exists somewhere in the quantum field. Parallel universes aren't science fiction. They are the natural consequence of energy transformation. Quantum physics reveals the consciousness creates reality through the quantum field, the field of infinite potential that responds to your frequency and collapses into form based on your observation. And with every choice, you may be shifting into a different parallel reality where that choice was made. Ancient spiritual wisdom tells us that God is within and all around and in the space between everything, that you are an expression of the divine, and that you have creative powers. These are not separate truths. They are the same truth expressed in different languages. You are energy. You are consciousness navigating infinite parallel realities. You are a unique expression of the divine, with God flowing through you, animating you, experiencing through you. And when you understand this, when you truly get it at a cellular level, you stop operating from limitation, from separation, from powerlessness. You remember that you are held by something infinite, guided by something divine, connected to everything with the power to navigate between parallel realities with every choice you make. This is not about ego inflation. This is about truth, realization. You are powerful beyond measure because you are made of the same substance that creates galaxies, animated by the same consciousness that orchestrates the cosmos with access to infinite parallel timelines. The divine within you, around you, and in between everything is the creative force, and you are the vessel through which its experiences creates and navigates this multiverse. Use this power consciously. Use it wisely. Use it for love, for growth, for contribution, for the highest good. You are not here by accident. You are consciousness itself. experiencing this particular reality with the power to shift into different ones, guided by the divine that holds all possibilities. If this resonates and you want to go deeper, if you want guidance in understanding your power and using it consciously, I'd be honored to support you. This is the work I do as a spiritual mentor. You can find information on my page and in the description box. Thank you for expanding your mind with me today. Thank you for being willing to question everything you thought you knew and consider the possibility that you are navigating infinite parallel realities guided by the divine within and all around you. You are not small. You are not separate. You are not limited to one fixed reality. You are energy. You are consciousness. You are an expression of the divine, navigating an infinite multiverse. Until next time, go create and choose accordingly.